So Manti Te'o, this story's been going everywhere, and there are a lot of ins and outs here, including transgender catfishing.
There's some, no pun intended, ins and outs.
It's time for Gerald No Sports.
Wide open. He scores!
All right, so a couple of weeks ago, Netflix released a documentary on Manti Te'o. And this happened, about a decade ago or so, in 2011, 2012, I think, is when all of this was unfolding. And this actually ended up being a great story, but he's a legendary linebacker, and he had a fake girlfriend. And trust me, this thing pissed me off more than I knew was even possible.
Well, what pissed you off, and once I actually looked into this, is the sort of venerating of this criminal.
So Manti Te'o is having this amazing career at Notre Dame. He comes from Hawaii, and so they always tend to go to a West Coast school. Usually USC actually is one of their favorite places, Washington State, Oregon, places like that. He ends up going to Notre Dame, which is a complete departure for him. So culturally, he was this golden boy, like this very unique person at Notre Dame, doing an incredible job at playing linebacker, rising up the charts. Everybody's looking at him as an All-American first-round draft pick, potential Heisman winner. Everything's going great. Grandmother dies. Girlfriend dies on the same day. Makes national news. It doesn't matter if you watch sports or not.
How did they both die on the same day?
They just, death happens.
Wait, is this the real girlfriend?
No. This is the girlfriend. I'm just giving you the
fake one.
The media had the fake one that they didn't know was fake at the time, right? And so there's tons of sympathy for him in the media. So the media fawns over him initially. Then it comes out that he got catfished, that there's a girl online whose pictures were used, but that's not the girl he's been talking to. Somebody stole those pictures, put it online. It turns out it was that guy.
So he thought he was talking to her?
He was talking to her. Very pretty
What's
girl.
wrong with that?
Right? He even asked.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. He asked his friend.
Good for him.
He's like, hey, this is Facebook earlier on, right? I mean, you're talking 2011, right?
Yeah.
So obviously
the term catfishing wasn't even really a thing.
No, most people didn't know what it meant.
No.
Right? So he was talking to this person and said, hey, do you know this girl? Asked his friends. Back home in Hawaii. Oh, yeah, I know this girl. Because she was a real person.
Right. This guy's a victim.
Victim.
Yes.
Complete victim.
100%.
Right. Yeah, to be clear, and here's something else, too, that people don't fully understand, is a guy like that might be kind of, okay, let's show him being fried in the media, right? Let's show him, because when I was reading about the story, someone who's not really particularly interested in college sports, I couldn't understand why he was given so much crap. And then when I saw the person who committed the crime was transgender, I thought, because I can never call someone like that to the mat, and it made sense. I think we have a clip of the media just treating him like crap.
Lene was the hoax. She's not a real person.
Oh! Right, now I get it. Oh man, Lene is gonna be pissed.
The NFL at some point is going to have to deal with, but Tony Dungy makes a great point on this. If the NFL were ready for an openly gay player, there would be an openly gay player.
One of the theories.
What does that have to do with anything?
They accused him of being gay.
Manti making the rounds is somehow you created this whole scenario.
But that would mean the transgender isn't a real woman, so that doesn't work.
Are you gay?
No, far from it. Far from it.
No, if he was gay, he wouldn't be attracted to that clearly attractive woman.
Right.
But it's just so funny. They're like, are you gay? Hold on, that doesn't make any sense because it's the transgender individual that he wouldn't be gay. That's a woman, right? We've been told that that's not that one. That's the real woman, by the way.
Real one.
Because if liking that makes you gay, then everyone here is a pole smoker of the highest order. Imagine that. They're going, why did he wait a month? I don't know. Maybe because you treated him like shit and embarrassed him?
This guy that catfished him was actually still a guy at this point.
Oh, cool.
Had not transitioned, didn't look quite like that.
It's disgusting.
It's even worse. So this story,
wow, so he got hot.
This story really pissed me off, and I'll give you some of the details. Like, I want you to just understand where Manti Te'o was mentally with all of this. He is at the top of his game. He's an elite athlete.
Yeah.
Right? At that point, you don't think about it, you react. And he's doing that. His grandmother dies, which was real. He had a real grandmother, did die. That was tragic, right?
You also don't leave college, right? Not to interrupt you, Joe, but because you played for the team. You don't just leave college and go visit people all the time when you're in the middle of playing for a winning
Notre
team
Dame,
like
by
that.
the way, was the number one team in the country on the way to it that year.
There's a first.
Ended up playing in the national championship game, and we got destroyed that game. But nonetheless, he was doing amazing, right? Fantastic. Now you've got everybody who's been cheering your names for years. Now everybody has sympathy for you, and it's beyond Notre Dame Stadium in the football world. It's everybody. Media, politicians,
because his grandmother died,
because of his grandmother and girlfriend on the same day.
So the catfisher decided that, grandma's dead, I'm going to be dead too.
Yep. Actively decided to make a phone call posing as this girl's friend, saying she's been in a car wreck and she's dying, right? And she's dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let it never be said that individuals of this persuasion suffer higher numbers suffer a higher percentage of mental affliction than the general population. And let me just say something. Well, can I say one thing? Can you hold that thought?
I can.
A lot of people don't realize it's really easy to just vilify the guy who is popular, who's athletic, because people assume that you're an asshole, right? They assume that a guy who is popular, who has seemingly all of the God-given talents and abilities, that person must be a conceited prick. You know what? Here's the truth. That guy, I guarantee, was pretty isolated. And I see this as a guy who was looking for a real relationship. Do you have any idea how easy it would be for this Manti Te'o guy to go out and get laid every single night in the club?
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.